Hey guys, so a quick video on some wireless Bluetooth earbuds, and this is going to be more of a general guide to these sort of products, these wireless Bluetooth earbuds. There's quite a few of them on the market now. These are from Amazon. I'll put links in the description and I'll explain something here in a second as to why there's no link to this one here. I've only had these for about a month. I've been testing them out and doing a lot of research and seeing how these would compare to some other similar wireless Bluetooth earbuds out there, because there's so many of them. And I kind of came up with a few conclusions just based on usage of both of these. For the most part, these are going to generally run sometimes as low as $25 and as high as $40 or $45, depending upon price fluctuations on Amazon and coupons and that kind of thing. So yeah, you're gonna have to check the link down below for these, because the price changes pretty much every day and there's so much competition out there. And these are, as of the filming of this video, October 2019, for the most part they're all very similar. You're gonna have some minor differences here in the shape of the earbud here. So this one here is from MPOW, and pull this one out here. So the one on the left here is from a company called Pan-Fry, and the one on the right here is from a company called MPOW. They have slightly different shapes here in terms of how they would fit your ear. So this is going to be very subjective because everyone's ear shape is a little bit different. This Pan-Fry one is kind of a different shape compared to a lot of these. Most of the ones out there are going to be kind of similar to this shape here, kind of basic shape. I think earlier in the year in 2019, a lot of them came up like this, and so now there's some newer ones here. They're a little more expensive. They're coming with sort of these unique shapes here, but whether this is going to fit your ear or not is going to be hard to tell. This one, the MPOW, fits my ear fine. It does stick out a little bit, and it does flop around a little bit because it does stick out. Especially if you're running, that might be an issue. This one here, the Pan-Fry, fits my ear better. It feels a little bit more secure. It does go into the ear canal a bit more, at least for me, but again, if your ear shape is a little bit different, then this might not work for you. So obviously there's no way to really know until you try it, but both of these do fit my ear. I get good quality sound and it doesn't fall out, at least not without a lot of force. Now pretty much all of these wireless Bluetooth earbuds all use Bluetooth 5.0 as pretty much the standard right now, and also they're all passive noise cancellation via this little silicone piece here that fits into your ear canal. I don't believe very many of these have active noise cancellation, although some of the more pricier ones might have that ability. These both don't have that capability. They do have noise cancellation for the microphone for phone calls, so it will take ambient noise and cancel it out for the phone calls, so that at least your the voice that's being recorded from you is going to sound better, and it's going to block out that noise that's in your, if you're in a noisy environment. But in terms of it being like active noise cancellation, say if you're in an airplane or whatever listening to music, it's pretty much limited just to the passive noise cancellation that this little piece here provides in terms of blocking sound out. Now some other differences here to note: the loudness of the sound coming out of the earbud here is going to depend on the driver size. So there's a little sound driver in here that actually pumps out the music, and the one on the Pan-Fry here is a little bit smaller. I think it's like 1 millimeter smaller than the one from MPOW, and it does sound, the volume is a little bit less on this one. So if you're in a noisier environment or you need more volume, if you need to be able to hear the music, then yeah, you might want to check out the driver size and see if people are complaining about whether or not it's too quiet or not. Now, in terms of the quality of the actual sound that's being transmitted wirelessly, it's much better nowadays than it used to be. I've been playing around with these wireless earbuds for a while, and I've been looking for a good one, and for the most part they pretty much all sucked until recently. They were using older versions of Bluetooth, like 3.0, 4.0, 4.2. All those had like latency issues. The quality of sound had a lot more noise in them. Bluetooth 5.0 seems to fix all that. The quality of sound is pretty much on par with a wired earbud as far as I can tell, and very little noise and very little to no noticeable latency. And so if you're watching videos, for example, on your phone, that's important. You don't have that problem with these, at least for these two, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case for most of these, because for pretty much out there, as long as they're using Bluetooth 5.0 or the Qualcomm chipset, which most of them pretty much do, then you're not going to have any of those problems. And pretty much all the ones in the market are very similar. They use the same technology. Again, a few more things to note. They're different. Obviously, other than the earbuds themselves being a little bit different, the cases are different here. So the way they work is there's a built-in battery inside the case that charges the batteries inside the earbuds, and the earbuds go into the case here via these magnets, and there's a magnet that holds the earbud in, and then these little pins here will connect here and charge the battery inside, and you just drop them in. The magnets are here are very, very strong, and actually requires quite a bit of force to take them out, so don't have to worry about losing them, and then you just close the lid like this. This particular one has some LEDs, you can see here, that shows the number of bars of charge for the battery inside the case, and when you drop this in here, this little red light will turn on. This means that the battery inside the earbud is charging, and when you actually drop the earbud into the case, it turns the earbud off, and when you pull it out, it'll actually turn it on. So the pan probably works the same way. Drop it in, it will charge the battery inside the earbud and turn off the earbud, and again pull it out and it will turn the earbud on. Now another difference to note is some of these earbuds will have a physical button on here that you're going to press to operate it. So it's typical, all of them kind of work the same. Press of the button will pause playing music, and then press it again, it will restart it. And then if you have a call coming in, if you press the button, it will answer the call, and pressing the button again will actually disconnect the call. So I'm not going to go over all that. All the functions are in the manuals, and they're all pretty much the same. But the thing that's different here is this particular one, the MPOW, and a lot of these will have a physical button that you press. You can hear it clicks like that. And when this is in your ear, and you have to press the button to use the function, sometimes that can hurt your ear canal. Depends on how sensitive your ear canal is. So that's something to consider if you're thinking about getting something like this with a button. That could be a problem for you. Now the Pan-Fry here has it's not a physical button. There's no button here at all. It's a touch sensitive button. So the advantage is you tap on it and you'll do all the functions that you need. So tapping, double tapping, etc. Changing volume, all that. All the functions work just by tapping on it without actually pressing the button. So it doesn't put any pressure on your ear canal when this earbud's in your ear, but you can accidentally tap it with lightly just brushing it will then also activate the function. So it is touch sensitive, so it is an advantage, but it's also a disadvantage in that sense. Now in terms of battery life, I could say that for the most part, I think that the stats that they're presenting on the product pages are probably pretty accurate. The battery life is very, very long compared to previous generations. I think it has to do with the Bluetooth 5.0. This protocol doesn't use very much energy at all. So you can basically, if everything's fully charged, I think for this one here, you could pull it out and run it for like 3 hours without having to charge it. And then you could, when the batteries are dead inside the earbuds, pop them into the case here, and then the battery inside the case will recharge them. I think you can recharge them up to 3 times. So yeah, I've never actually run the earbuds all the way down to where they basically stop working, and I did use them for pretty long sessions on airplanes and various places as I was traveling around. Never got the battery to die, and I would always put them in here and then go ahead and charge them up again. This case doesn't have a LED indicator like this one here, and you do get different ways of charging as well. This newer one here, I guess it's a newer generation. The Pan-Fry has a USB-C for charging, and then the MPOW has a micro USB. So you'll have to see other product pages for which ones that you want to check out, and they might be a little bit different for the particular model you're interested in. So what's the bottom line here for these guys? You know, if you're interested in checking out some wireless Bluetooth earbuds, I would say that it's probably safe to go ahead and get pretty much anything out there that has a decent number of reviews and has a good review rating, because these come from various manufacturers on Amazon. They come and go, so you probably want ones that have been around for a while, that have a lot of reviews and a lot of good reviews. Obviously, there's always going to be some bad reviews out there for any product, but you generally want to see, you know, a good number of good reviews. They'll give you an idea that that particular one is good or bad. For the most part, these both have been working pretty good for me. Haven't had too many issues with them. If you do have any issues, you can just stick them back in the case, turn them off. That resets everything, and then you can just repair them with your phone, and that usually fixes any kind of a weird problem you might be having in terms of interference, that kind of thing. I've had any experience with that on either one of these. They generally I would recommend either one of these. And in terms of using these wireless Bluetooth earbuds over, say, a wired earbud, I don't think I'll be going back to a wired earbud after using these. So I think they're good enough. The sound quality is good enough. They stay in my ear, and I like the fact that I don't have that cord hitting stuff, getting snagged and things. You know, that happens all the time. You're moving around, and the earbud gets snagged out of your ear because the cord gets snagged in a piece of clothing or something like that. That happens to me all the time. So I'm definitely glad I have these now. Can recommend them in general based on the parameters I mentioned earlier in the video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.